We're going to start our practice today seated. So if you're, and when I invite you to your seat, we're going to be on the floor. Make sure that you have something to elevate your pelvis. I'm using cushions, maybe a rolled up mat or something like that, because sometimes for a lot of us, getting into a seated position on the floor is a real challenge. Being able to have a nice long spine is helped by elevating the pelvis just a little bit, or maybe a lot, depending on how flexible you are. So when we come back at the end of practice to seated, we're just going to notice how it feels. So as we're sitting here, tune in to maybe where your feet are. Perhaps the feet are together in bound angle. That might feel a little better. Maybe the legs stretched out in front is going to feel better. Find a way to come into a seated posture that allows you just a little bit of ease. And then we're going to do our body scan. So I'm going to start with my legs long. You be you. You do what feels good to your body. See how long the spine can be. And as you sit, follow your breath. And as you follow your breath in and out, begin to notice where your attention travels. Maybe it's going to your hip joints or your knees. Just pay attention and notice what the feeling or the sensation is. We do our best to not judge the sensation, just to notice it, to feel our way into it, and to allow the breath to move around the area that we have brought our attention to. And then notice how the attention moves to a different place, perhaps. And then watch as the breath follows the attention. It may feel good to move your body a little bit. Maybe shifting how you're sitting. And now we're going to stretch wherever you are. Just find a nice pandiculation. Find your stretch here, whatever that is. Maybe rotate a little bit. Maybe move the spine back and forth. A little cow maybe. And then we'll pause and we'll take a little twist to the right. Back to center and a twist to the left. Keep the breath moving, going back and forth a couple more times. Nice breath, soft jaw. And then when we come back to center, however your legs are configured, we're going to hold underneath the knees, and we're lift the heart, and then slowly begin a forward fold, pausing at the first sign of tightness, endeavoring to keep the head in alignment with the spine and the jaw soft, the breath moving. And in this posture, we're doing a little forward fold. Maybe the body begins to let go and we can fold a little deeper. The reminder here is to keep the head aligned with the spine. We're not dropping the head. We're keeping a long line in our spine. And as we breathe here, big breath. Feel the rib cage in the back of the body expand. Feel the lungs expand in the back. Remember, when doctors listen to our lungs, they listen in our back. And so we're practicing really expanding into the back of the lungs, into the back body. And then slowly coming out of that, we come back up to seated. We're going to wing our way onto our back. So slowly find your way onto your back. And we're going to have long legs to start with. I'm going to move my cushions. And we're on our backs. Oh, hello, back. Take the legs long. Notice how the heels rest on the floor. Notice the space underneath the knees. See how your pelvis feels here. The shoulder blades and the back of the head. Just noticing the resting points in the back of your body. So we're going to have our feet a little bit wide, like maybe as wide as the mat. We're going to slide that left leg up to stand. It's on the edge of the mat. We're going to press into our foot and lift the pelvis. Just pressing into the foot to lift that left side of the pelvis. Let your head relax. Let your head soften. Let your head maybe turn a little bit to look to the right. If this feels good and you want a little more, extending that left hand above the head really elongates the side body. Only if this feels good in the shoulders. Otherwise, just keep the foot planted and feel that nice twist. And maybe press a little deeper. You'll notice that the right foot, for most of us, probably is laying on the outer edge of the foot now. And if we press a little deeper, we might roll a little further, coming onto that right side of the pelvis, or closer to the right side. And then we're going to come back to center. Slow, slow, slow return. And when we're back, pelvis on the floor, arm slides down. If you extended the arm, leg slides down, pausing here, and then noticing the right and the left side of the body. Notice sensations. Breathing in. And on the out breath, let's slide the opposite foot. Now we're bringing that right foot to stand on the edge of the mat. We're going to press into that foot and rotate, roll just a little bit. Start really shallowly. We're stretching. We're doing a deep stretch here. So we don't want to go to our edge. If it feels good, the arm can extend, reaching through the hand, and let the head relax, soften to the left side. And then as that stretch deepens and feels a little better, maybe we're going to roll a little bit further. Feeling that nice release happening around the waist in the right side. Just feel that. Notice what's happening here. Feel how the left leg supports and the right leg is active. Coming back to center, it's a slow movement back to center, consciously feeling the roll, feeling the shoulders, feeling the pelvis. Arm floats down, hand floats down. So we're keeping our legs wide. If at any point this starts to bother or affect the low back, you can always draw. Let's all do that. Just draw your knees in, rolling right and left. Let's just all do that. Maybe circling a little bit in one direction, then the other. And then we're going to bring our feet back to the mat. The legs slide out long again. And now we bring our attention to our left foot, and we're going to bring it across the body so ankles touch. Our left ankle on top of the right, and then we're slowly sliding the outer ankle up the leg. So maybe up to above the knee or below the knee, and we allow the knee on the left side to be heavy and fall open. So this is kind of like a tree, doing tree, only the leg is on top. So it's organizing a little different musculature in the body. And we're pausing here and we're breathing. And then we slowly unwind that by sliding the ankle down to rest on top of the other ankle. The leg separates, and then we're going to slide that foot up to standing again at the edge of the mat, and we're going to press into the foot and take the left knee over to touch the right knee. Breathe here. And then slowly come out of that. Slide the leg long. Both legs are long now. Notice the right and the left leg and feel your way into that. We're going to take that left ankle now, the right ankle, and we're going to bring it across the body to rest on the left ankle. Slowly slide that ankle, the outer edge of the ankle, up the leg. Maybe it rests on the shin. Maybe it comes above the knee. We do our best to not rest weight on the kneecap itself. The right knee falls open. And we just settle here for a few breaths. And you might have tight bits that want your attention. Allow yourself to feel your way into it without judgment and with lots of breath. And then we slowly slide that ankle down. The ankles touch again. We separate the feet. We open the leg. We walk that foot up. And now we take the right knee over to the left knee. So there's a little twist here when we go to the left side. So that foot can release. The left foot, the outer edge of the left foot, can rest down. Make this comfortable. Breathing, noticing. And then we're gently going to come out of this, come back to center, draw both knees into the heart. And notice. Bring the feet back to the mat. We come to constructive rest. Feet standing on the mat. Softening here. Floating the arms up, fingertips to the sky, palms facing. On the in-breath, we touch down above the head, the back of the hands touching the floor if possible. On the out-breath, we're going to gather the knees in for a hug. The in-breath takes the feet to the sky and the arms touch above the head. And then on the out-breath, we gather those knees in, we lift the head, the heart, look between the knees, and then we return to the mat. Arms float up. On the in-breath, we touch down above the head. On the out-breath, we gather the knees for a hug. The in-breath takes the feet to the sky, arms to touch down. And on the out-breath, we gather those knees, lift the head, the heart, and release. Arms float up. On the in-breath, we touch down. On the out-breath, we gather knees. In-breath, feet to sky, touch down arms. And the out-breath, gather knees, lift the head, the heart, and we release back to the mat. We pause here. We're going to grab our blocks now. So you're going to roll to one side or grab your blocks. We're going to take our blocks and we're going to slide them under our pelvis. And if you don't have your blocks today, it's okay. We're going to do our psoas stretch here. So we get settled in a supported bridge for just a moment. We're just allowing ourselves to arrive in this posture. On the next out breath, let's draw that left knee into the heart. And if you don't have a block, you could just draw that knee in. Slide the right leg long. We keep nice flexion in the feet, so the toes are coming back toward the knees on both feet throughout this posture. The leg that's extended, we're pressing through the heel. We're breathing here. We'll be here for about a minute. So just settle in. Let yourself relax into this posture. I'm going to invite you to notice, tuck your chin down just a little bit, because sometimes we get here, the head's tipped back. Bring that chin down a little bit. That helps the spine to relax into the floor. Keep those feet flexed and the heels pressing toward the opposite wall. Nice deep stretch here. Remember, the psoas plugs in right underneath the sternum. And so we're stretching. And if it feels good, if you want, keep a hold of the left leg with the left hand. And maybe it would feel good to stretch the right arm above the head to see if the sensation can travel from the hip flexor all the way up into the diaphragm area. One more breath here. And if you've extended that arm, bring it back. Hug the leg one more time. Give it a nice hug. Slide the right foot to standing. Release the left foot to the mat. Pause. Let your pelvis be heavy here. Just really imagine settling into the pelvis. And now bring your attention to your shoulders and let the shoulders really settle in. Let the chin tuck a little bit toward the heart. Switching sides, we're going to draw the right leg in. Let's do that on the out breath. Breathe in. And on the out breath, we draw that leg in. We hold that leg. We flex the foot. We extend the left leg now. Nice extension. Both feet are flexed. We're breathing here. And we're just allowing the body to soften, the pelvis to be heavy. Tuck that chin down so that the spine can relax a little more completely onto the mat. Breathe here. Keep both feet in flexion, toes coming back toward the knee. The extended leg, maybe see if you can make it just a little bit longer by pressing through the heel a little more firmly. And then it might feel good, maybe if your shoulders are happy. We can hold on to the leg with the right hand and extend the left arm and reach through that arm, looking for the top of the psoas. And then we're slowly coming out of this, releasing the arm. Slide that left foot to standing, the right foot joins it. Pause here. Let the pelvis be heavy. Chin tucked, spine long. And to come out of this, we're going to walk our feet a little closer to our pelvis. We're going to press into the inner edges of the feet as we lift into bridge. Remove those blocks. And then slowly lower one section of the spine at a time. I'm passing you a block, Sue. We're going to take our block now. We're going to use just one block. We're going to start on a wide angle. I'm going to face this way so you can see what we're doing. So we got wide block. It's coming right above the knees. We're going to settle here. And now breathe in. And on the out breath, squeeze the block. Breathe in, soften, keep the block where it is. On the next out breath, squeeze again. Breathe in and soften. On the out breath, squeeze the block. You might notice as you're doing this that the head moves up and down. On the in breath, the chin tips away slightly, the waist flattens, and on the out breath, the waist lifts, the chin tucks toward the chest, and we squeeze the block. We'll do that one more time. On the next out breath, squeeze the block, chin tucks, waist lifts, and then we relax. We soften back to the mat. Take the block. We're going to turn it to the mama bear side now. So that's the middle gauge. That's coming back between our legs. The feet are going to move a little closer together to accommodate this. And it's the same pattern. The in breath is neutral. The out breath is a squeeze, chin to chest, waist lifts, breathe in, waist flattens. Maybe there's a press into the feet, head tips back. Out breath, we squeeze the block again. In breath and out breath. And again. And one more time, squeezing the block. And now we're coming to baby bear. So we're coming to the lowest, the smallest width. The feet are going to walk closer together depending on how big your block is. Your feet may even touch here. And on the out breath, we squeeze. And on the in breath, we relax and soften. The out breath, we squeeze. The in breath is a neutral. The out breath is a squeeze. And the in breath is neutral. And one more time. And then we simply remove the block. Walk the feet as wide as the mat. Windshield wiper right and left, just to let go of the whole practice. That block squeezing practice really helps to strengthen the sacral area. So it's really helpful for low back pain. And now I invite you to enter Shavasana. Come to your resting posture. Maybe the legs are long. Maybe the feet are standing on the mat. Whatever works for you. The Dalai Lama says, my religion is very simple. Be kind whenever possible. It is always possible. Be kind whenever possible. I'm going to invite you to bring your feet to standing on the mat if they're not already there. We're going to gently roll to one side. And we find ourselves back in our seated posture. No rush to get there. But when you land in your seated posture, just notice how this feels now. We began seated. And I know that my hips felt really tight when we started, feeling a lot better now. How about you? We'll pause here. Soft jaw, deep breath. And now we're going to open our arms wide. Oh, we gather all the blessings that already exist and we draw them in appreciation and gratitude into our hearts. And together we all say, Namaste. And if you'd like to take yourself off of mute, I invite you to left ear. I invite you to make an observation about what happened. How do you feel? What did you notice? Dick, you're off mute. Tell me what you noticed, Dick.
Well, first of all, when we first started, my right hip was really tight because I've had hip surgery, and I could not sit on the floor and cross my legs. And excuse me. And afterwards, I still had to use the blocks, but there was a whole lot more freedom in the right hip.
I'm with you, Dick. When we started, my right hip did not want to sit cross-legged at all. That's why I was like this. That's what felt best to my body. So good noticing. And, you know, the hips are just need so much lubrication, especially as we age. So thank you for sharing. And I'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay.
It looks like everybody else has left the room. I appreciate you today, and we'll catch up another time. Bye for now.
All right. Thanks, Sandra.
Bye, Sandra. Bye, Dick. Have a great day.
Bye, Sarah. Thanks for everything.
Bye, Sarah.
Bye.